3000.
What is doing? My name's Maloney. This is the 3000 podcast. I'm joined today by a returning guest. We have Jay from the Cheshire's Grin here. Thanks for coming, man.
Oh, thanks heaps for having me, bro.
I'm
Got
going
tons of charm, eh?
Yeah, well, look, you're a very wise individual. You're probably one of the most well-read people I've ever had on the
Sometimes.
podcast. You are. So the thing is, sometimes you don't want to talk about some stuff, but look, whatever we can talk about today, hopefully it's going to be interesting. It's going to make for a great episode.
Yeah, well, that's it. The last thing I want to do is give people like something shit to listen to. You know, it's just like I'd hate for people to sit down and watch and be like, oh, "Fuck, I could have been doing something else with my time." Hey,
No, but dude, you are honestly, tell us about all the books that you dropped before. And you're someone who, I guess, when you think about what you would categorize yourself by as far as a religion or a spiritual person, what would you say you are? And then tell us about the books that you told me that you fucking read, man.
yeah, we just sort of like spoke a little bit about religion and stuff. Hey, but I'd like to think that I'm a little bit more spiritual than religious because obviously religion coming from the word religare, which means to hold back or to bind something. But there's like another quote too where it's just like spiritualism's for those that are looking for more knowledge, and then religion's for people that are looking for a reward. So
That's a great quote, man.
it's not my quote.
No,
it's,
but it's almost one to really like live by, or when you hear about somebody who subscribes to a certain religion, you're like, okay, are you spiritual or are you religious? And that's generally a way that I can try and figure out how much I'm going to listen to what they're going to tell us about a greater being, you know?
Yeah, well, everything's got good points and stuff like that, but it's just like anything. It's like an experience. You got to take the best of it. You know, if we dwell on the bad things of everything, like it's going to be a bad experience and it's going to be a bad time. So, like, yeah, take the best out of all of it. Check them all out, read it all, and go from there.
So you've read a lot of these.
I've read a
books.
lot. I own a lot of religious texts at the house. I've sort of, I don't know, a long time ago, I sort of got hit with the quote, like, knowledge is knowing how much you don't know. And if you can take that on board, you sort of become a bit of a sponge. And if you don't know something about it, it's just like, well, look into it. If it's worth looking into, check it out, and then go from there.
So which out of all these different categories would you sort of say you subscribe to now? Just spiritual? Is there some stuff in some books that speak to you more than others?
Fuck it, I'll put it out there. I'm sui generis. You know, we're all the same, but different. So I'll just put it down to that, and you can get really deep into it, but I'm just having a human experience known as Jay, and whatever that experience brings or doesn't bring is the cards I'm dealt with. So let's go. Let's try and do something good with it.
Yeah. So do you believe in reincarnation? Is this just one experience that we're having?
To a certain degree, I think this planet's a soul test, and we'll keep on be given the same tests until we learn them. But I don't know. I've had a few like reoccurring dreams where it's just been like the only way that I can sort of explain it is like past life regressions. But yeah, who knows? We don't get to like bring those memories or knowledge with us. We just get to come back here and do our thing. So
yeah, man. I love going down a rabbit hole. I'm not as well read as you by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll do my YouTube research. And when I say research, I'll just go down a YouTube rabbit hole. But the whole dream thing, that's an interesting concept as well, that like we're even just when we are having sort of out of body sort of astral projection experiences every evening. Do you kind of believe in that sort of stuff?
yeah, for sure. So our life is dictated like by our subconscious. 5% of our brain is what we think we're doing, but 95% of our life is dictated by our subconscious. So yeah, dreams can have a big thing with that, but at the same time too, I guess it's what you're feeding it. Toxins, all sorts of stuff. Like I fucked around and thought about like, I got a few books on astral projection and remote viewing and stuff, but I found like to do it properly, you gotta do a good flush. Like you gotta detox. You gotta like make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you like stay away from alcohol and all the rest. But It's pretty interesting. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I've spoken to people that have had bouts off the booze or off weed or whatever seems to be their vice of choice, and they say that that is the only time they dream. And I don't know whether that's true or whether it's the only time they remember that they're dreaming.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I consistently dream. Some of them I'll remember and stuff, but it just depends on it as well too. So I think it's just the brain processing your emotions for the day.
Yeah.
You know, emotions being energy in motion. So depending on which way or direction you want to put them in, like.
And yeah, I often think, are we getting lessons from these dreams? Like, are we learning something that we didn't learn during the day?
Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to learn the winning lotto numbers, but fuck it.
Do you know what? You know what's the funniest thing about like you'll have a dream where it's say your partner now or your friends or someone, your family or whatever. Then there's a random person you went to school with you haven't thought about for years, and they're all of a sudden in your dream. That sort of stuff spins me out, man.
Yeah, I guess it's just the brain processing memories and stuff. But then at the same time too, you can manifest things. Like I can think about people and they'll text me within an hour, which is kind of cool.
What about lucid dreaming?
Yeah, it's hard to do. Like I said, like the cleaner you are, like the more pure you are, the easier it is to control. Like you can sort of like train yourself just before you go to sleep. Like if I see, a green pen or something, I know I'm dreaming. Or you know what I mean? Like you can put things into your dreams.
You test yourself mid-dream.
So once you know you're dreaming, then it's just like, all right, cool. Now I'm dreaming, so it's like, fuck yeah, let's go. So you can fly, you can do all sorts of shit.
Yeah, man, I can fly in pretty much all my dreams.
It's cool as shit, hey.
But it's like I'm kind of just sort of hovering. I'm not flying like through. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit the same as like running.
Yeah.
You know, you can think that you're running as fast as possible, but it's actually just a brisk jog in your dream, hey?
Yeah, man. I've just got this weird hovering thing where I'm always like, I can sort of just run and jump like you're doing a layup or something.
Yeah.
But when you hit that elevation, I kind of just sort of coast. It's a weird thing. Man, it's weird. I can do it in my dreams all the time. Anyway, enough about that sort of stuff. You are Jay from the Cheshire's Grin, and you do grills, you do interesting jewelry.
Yeah, I do dental jewelry, which a lot of my friends in the dental trade call it. A lot of it's purely cosmetic. Obviously, being qualified and stuff, I do get to do some fun stuff with like dentures and crowns and stuff. So it's nice to sort out the boys who are missing teeth, and it's always good to be like, yeah, sweet, I'll get you a denture, we'll sort you out.
You helped me out, man.
Yeah, I helped out a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people got good deals.
Yeah,
I don't know if they know how much of a good deal they got, but yeah, they got good deals.
Well, because the thing is, you've been in this game for quite a while, but now it seems to be a reasonably saturated market. Well, not saturated, but there's a lot more people fucking around with it, hey?
Yeah, well, I've been doing teeth for 10 years now. Like anything, people sort of see it and, they appeal to it. There's reasons why people are drawn to certain things, but just even my experience with it, like when we first started doing it, like we came at it from a jewelry perspective, and that was all well and good. You need like the combination of the knowledge of the dental and the jewelry if you're going to be doing stuff for the teeth. But everyone around me told me I should get qualified. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. There's legalities around even taking impressions. But I went and got qualified, dropped my 30K on my fucking very bland certificate that they gave me. And I don't know. It's interesting. There's some people doing some amazing work. I've seen a lot of people coming up. If you are making grills in Australia, there's probably a high chance that I follow you until I see you do some bogus shit like gold plating or something like that, and then I'll unfollow you. But it's interesting. I've 10 years doing it, and it's great to see it progress and where it's at. Like when I first started, I think there was only myself and maybe 3 or 4 other people in Australia making them, and now there's probably like easily a dozen of people in Melbourne making them. So, and
are those other 3 or 4 still doing it?
Some they're still going hard. Yeah, still going hard. Majestic Metal out of Adelaide. I look up to him a fair bit. Another qualified technician. A lot of people always say to me, "Oh, how does it feel to be the best in Australia?" But I always turn around and go, "I'm not the best. Majestic Metal is." So
you obviously have a relationship though. Like you guys talk.
Every now and again. It just depends on our workload and stuff, if I catch them online and stuff. But the algorithms and stuff are all out now. So most of the time when I get on Instagram, it's just ads now. So
it's always ads, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's shit because like I'll actively search out a friend's page and they've made like 20 posts since I last seen it. I'm like, fuck, what happened?
Man, I saw someone posted a little cheat the other day. When you go to your feed, you can go up the top and then just hit following. I'll show you after this. But you have to do it every single time you go to the feed. But it's still good though.
Yeah, it would be much better to see your friends stuff. But like years ago, I didn't follow anyone. So like a lot of my mates were just like, man, it means a lot because it's like, I know that you don't follow anyone on here, but like it means a lot when you come through the page and you'll like everything because it's like you've actively done that. You haven't just scrolled by it and just fucking double tap for the sake of it, you know?
Yeah. So, you got to be careful though, man. Just liking, like the other day, someone messaged me, said, you've just liked something you probably shouldn't.
Oh, for real?
Well, because I didn't listen to it with the volume on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm mates with him, double tap.
Yeah, well, fuck. If I see my mates post stuff, most of the time I will like it. And then even like, sometimes the stories and stuff, like I know that I'll come up that someone's seen that I'll watch this story, but a lot of the times it's just like I've clicked the button by accident. It's just playing automatically. So it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, so much of it's full of ads. But yeah, I'll definitely be changing it and trying to like, I'll click on that follow button.
Yeah, but you just got to do it every single time. That's the shit.
Fuck that. Though.
I know, man.
It's bad enough even logging into the thing every day, but you just like, it's a necessary evil.
It is, and I say it all the time, man, but I can't wait for something else to come along that sort of gives Instagram a run for its money and we can try and get some creative people on there. There's been a few pushes, but it just doesn't stick, though.
Yeah, I'd just like it if real life came back. Like, let's go do shit in real life.
I know.
You know, like, let's catch up in real life. Let's, whatever happened to go in the park and shit like that. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't do it anymore.
No, but that's one of the best things about doing this podcast, man, is people come in. We just had a great chat for an hour before we started recording, which we don't get a chance to do in real life these days. You know what I mean? And the thing is, when we hit record, you put your phone down, you don't pay attention to it, and you can fucking have some undivided attention with someone. We don't do that as humans that much anymore.
Yeah. Well, when we hit record too, it's going out to the masses and stuff as well. So we do bite our tongue a little bit. I know I do. So
you definitely do, but that's okay. You know, man, you do, but that's all right. All right, so the game has changed a little bit from when you got in. It's a lot more competitive. You mentioned the gold plating sort of thing. I'm guessing that gold plating is not something you should be putting in your mouth.
Nah, because you would have heard that saying, you are what you eat. Mm-hmm. So digestion starts in the mouth. So for us to digest our food correctly, we need to coat it with saliva, but our saliva is also breaking it down. So it's like you put a gold plating or something plated in your mouth, well, your saliva is going to be breaking it down the longer you wear it. And then, all the pores in our mouth are microscopic, so obviously they'll start absorbing things. So, and, I've got a heart condition or whatever, so like, even if I have like, even if I have like a hole in my tooth or something like that, I need to get it checked out relatively quick because if it gets infected, gets into my gums, it's direct line to the heart, so there's all sorts of stuff like that.
So even though you mentioned it was just a certificate, is this sort of stuff that you learned from doing the actual degree, or it's just stuff because you're someone who, when you learn something, you dive in anyway?
I learned a lot of the digestion stuff because, like, I had my chefing certificates before I even started tattooing because I left school and hospitality was the only sort of thing that I passed in high school before I took off. So I sort of went down the culinary route, got a few certificates in that, and then you sort of learn about food nutrition. And then when I switched up my diet, when I stopped eating meat, probably like 15, 16 years ago, like I'd sort of done a bit of a deep dive on that. And then I sort of like realized like, there's a great doco out there. I don't know if it's still there. YouTube's probably scrubbed it, but it was called Food That Kills. So yeah, there's a bit of information and stuff in there, what we're eating, how we process it and all the rest. So.
But you don't like labels, so you don't want to call yourself a vegetarian or a vegan?
Nah, well, I don't know. Everything, as soon as you label something, you put it in a box, and that box it's a box. So it's got 4 walls and a roof and a fucking bottom. So it comes with rules. And it's just like, I've got friends who are militant vegans, and then at the same time too, they're like, oh, I won't wear that because it's got this in it, or, but it's just, yeah. I choose not. There's certain things I choose to do, and there's certain things I choose not to do. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm a vegan because if I see a muffin that's got an egg in it, or I'm going to get a pizza and it's got cheese on it. Like, yeah, cool. It may not have meat on it, but it's got cheese or dairy in it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not eating that because of this. It's like some days I'll be vegan, other times I'll be vegetarian. It's just, yeah.
But meat's just out of the question.
I've thought about it a couple of times. Like my partner's been eating meat recently, but there's been a few times where I'm like, that smells really good. And having worked in kitchens, I know what things taste like and all the rest. But yeah, it'll come down to it, and I'll go to put it in my mouth, and I'm like, I just can't do it.
If you were going to be swayed, what kind of meat would it be?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe a nice Parma or something. But
I had a mate who was a vegetarian. He lives near you. He was vegan for 5 years when he was with his partner. And then he had 2 Parmas in one day.
Oh, for real? Double down.
Because he broke up with her and we were at the pub and I think he missed it that much, man.
Yeah, well, I think I'm probably a little bit too far gone with it now. Like I said, like there's been a couple of times where I'm like, oh, that smells really good. Like, what's that? And they'll be like, someone will tell me, oh, it's got chicken in it or it's got beef in it. And I'll be like, I'll look at it and then I'll be like, oh, and I'll think about it, but then I just can't do it.
What about the fake meat thing, man? That's interesting, isn't it? Like they're doing the lab grown stuff now.
Yeah, well, fuck, anything that's been messed with, you know what I mean? Like I try and eat things that don't have ingredients, but it's hard because, I had an app years ago and I had a couple of books that like broke down the barcode code. So like the numbers on the barcodes correlate with certain things. It'll tell you where it's from, where it was packaged, if it's been sprayed, if it's GMO, all that sort of stuff. But it's like you go into the supermarket, like, even the app, you could scan the barcode and it'll tell you what carcinogens were in it. And you're just like, well, what am I going to do? Have for dinner, like a deep breath. Like, so I try and eat relatively clean, but at the same time too, like, I've got a fucking sweet tooth. Give me some cake, like, but yeah, it does make it hard. The more you look into things, the more you sort of, you can probably go a little bit crazy with it, I think.
Yeah, man, people go deep. I know people on both sides of that sort of meat eating and vegetarianism side. Some people that believe you should never eat vegetables, you only should eat like the full carnivore diet, and then the other people that are just like you should never let meat touch your lips. It's interesting.
It's super hard because like the hardest thing with it too, I'm nearly 40, so like I got dietary requirements now, so like I can't drink milkshakes or like I should stay away from gluten, but then it's like you look at all the fake meat and it's basically all seitan, which is just gluten. So it's difficult. And, fruits are seasonal, vegetables are seasonal. So, if we're going to eat one fruit all year round, it's definitely been fucked with or it's had spraying or like chemically ripening agents sprayed on it and all the rest. So,
yeah.
It does make it hard.
It does, man.
And the joys of getting older.
Yeah, but everything's like to get stuff that's not processed now is near impossible, really, isn't it? Like you've got to be,
Well, the worst thing too, like I watched the lecture. It's probably 6 months ago now, but like, the person hosting it, they had Neanderthal man's skulls, all the teeth in them still perfectly straight, still nice. They didn't have braces then, they had no ortho work, but it's because we eat processed food now, so our jaw structure has shrunk over time, and now we've got crowding of our teeth in that. And that's why all our shit's all fucking messed up, and we need Invisalign, and we need...
But in the other side, aren't those guys, they're eating meat, though.
Oh, yeah, back then, but like, just how you're saying, like, we eat more and more processed food now, so, like, evolutionary, like, we're not eating the same diet, and therefore, like, even something as simple as, like, our teeth alignment come down to it. Yeah. Where it's, we're kind of eating mash now, so it's like...
Yeah, everything's made to be consumed right there, then and there.
Yeah, the shelf life on it, all of that sort of stuff.
Uh-huh. So when do you believe that humans went to a point where we don't require eating meat? Because that's part of the reason why the evolution... Well, it depends what you believe in.
Fuck.
No, well, man, it's interesting, though.
It is interesting. Me, personally, I'd love it if we didn't have to eat. The thought of thinking of what to eat for dinner every night's fucking annoying, and I've eaten everything to the point where I'm sick of it. So,
and you live in an area where there's lots of options.
Yeah, but it's been the same options for 20 years now too. So it's like, the same classic restaurants are there, but I don't know. Like I've looked into like sun gazing and eating the sun and all of that sort of stuff, but I don't know. I think the longest I've done a fast for was probably maybe 4 days, 5 days.
Man, I've had a dude on this show. I won't name him because I'll let him tell his story. He did 99 days of a juice fast and just, sun gazing, but he just drank juice for 99 days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's got to be bad for you. But he thinks it's good. He wants to do another one. What do you think about that sort of stuff?
Well, it's a good clean out. You know, you even look like our skin takes 32 days to rejuvenate. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, cool. You might get tattooed. Tattoo's going to take 2-3 weeks to heal, but essentially it takes 32 days for, all your skin cells to come back and all the rest. But it's the same deal with our liver, our kidney. X amount of days it can detox. So, but even after that, after 99 days, like I can bet he was still going to the toilet and defecating. It's just.
But that's a huge clean out though. Like
that's a massive clean out, but it's still proof that we're all full of shit. Like it's just.
Yeah.
It's nice to do it, but then like also you got to do like parasite cleanses and stuff like that. But it's
What's a parasite cleanse?
Well, everyone reckons that the serpent is the devil and all the rest, but then you get onto it on a microscopic scale, and it's worms, it's parasites. We get it from our food, we get it from our pets, all of that sort of stuff.
But that's like bacteria. There's good and bad bacteria. You need that sort of stuff, don't you?
Yeah, for sure. But like, we're still harbingers of worms and parasites and stuff, so it is good to do a good cleanse, do a detox, get it all out.
So before we did this, I went and got a coffee, and you said I don't drink coffee. Why is that?
I haven't drank coffee since I was a teenager, but I think I worked at a skate shop, and the owners, they used to have a cafe out the back as well. So like whenever they were quiet, they'd just be making us crazy coffees and all sorts of fancy stuff. And then I finished work one day, went to go for a skate, and like my hands were just like couldn't stop shaking. I was just like, man, fuck this, I ain't drinking this shit anymore. But
how many had you consumed that day though?
Fuck, probably like 8.
That's way too many, dude.
Yeah, but fuck, you're a teenager, whatever. Like, you're there from 9 until fucking 6. It's just like, do you want a coffee? It's like, fuck it, why not? And then, I haven't really drunk them since, but I'm a big fan of Cafe Patron and espresso martinis, but yeah, they will keep me up.
Yeah. It's interesting with that sort of stuff. Like, I've taken substances before, and like a lot of people have, but you can take like 4 coffees and feel your heart rush.
Yeah, well, there's probably another reason why I don't fuck with it. Like I had a Jaeger bomb not that long ago, and even that thing kept me up. And I was just like, man, fuck this. It's 2 a.m. I'm not even tired. Like,
yeah.
But I'm not trying to do anything to spark the heart too much. Hey.
Well, that's it. And like I think we touched on it last time, but you have had a heart surgery.
Yeah, it's been about 3 years now, so I'm still here. I don't really feel much different prior, but I definitely got a lot. My fitness declined because obviously when I found out I needed heart surgery, I stopped doing what I was doing, and then had the heart surgery, had like 5 days in the hospital and like 14 days at home in bed, and then just straight back to work. And I haven't really had time to sort my fitness out, but I pay for it. I spend a long time sitting, and sitting's the new smoking apparently. So
sitting's the new smoking?
Yeah, apparently if you sit for long periods of time, it's equivalent to smoking a packet of cigarettes a day. So
are we allowed to do anything anymore?
Fuck no.
Right? I get that. The standing desk thing, I get that. It's kind of is good for you. And I'm someone that when I used to sit at a desk and sit, I just sort of slouch and relax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you stand, it eliminates that possibility.
It does, but unfortunately what I do, I can't really stand up for it. So bit of a pain. But all my psoas muscles and stuff, all my like core's pretty shot. So I should do something about it, but I just haven't had time. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm fucking tired.
You can sit on like a Fitball or something.
Oh, I've done all that sort of shit. I'm at the chiro every 3 weeks. We got the spike ball. We got the fucking vibrating fucking roller thing. I've got the massage gun. All that sort of shit. But
have you been to an osteo?
Done all that shit. But like the worst thing about it too, it's just like, I should just go to the gym every day. But if I'm up until 1-2 in the morning, and then I'm up at like 8 in the morning, it's like I'm only getting 6 hours of sleep. So if I get up earlier, then I'm going to sacrifice sleep. I'm more tired. It's like it's hard because like people will tell me like when you're self-employed or you run a business, you're your most important employee. But like we definitely don't treat ourselves that way. Like I'm just like, fuck it, I'll stay up, or I got to do this real quick, so I'll have to do it. But I bought a gym membership, paid 6 months in advance straight away at the start of this year, and fuck, I got a message the other day like, your gym membership's up, like what do you want to do? And I was just like, fuck, I didn't even go to it once.
Yeah.
So that was a waste of money. But
man, I started going to the gym at the start of this year and I smashed it, and then I stopped going, and fuck, I just broke that habit straight away. And that's the hardest thing, is just getting back into the habit.
Well, it's just going there. You know, fuck, the gym membership I had was for a 24-hour spot, and it was up the road from my house. So it's not as if it was far, but I was just tired. Too tired. And then it's just like the alarm goes off the next day, and you're like, fuck, just give me like half an hour more. Like,
Yeah, but the ironic thing about the gym is it's hard to get the motivation to go. But once you go there, you're like, oh, it gives you more energy.
Oh,
It
yeah,
takes energy to
100%.
get there, but then it replaces energy.
yeah, the hardest step's always the first one. But once you're there, you're like, sweet, it's on. But like anything, it's just like you need to commit to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I sort of didn't. So that was a nice waste of money.
Yeah, but you're still playing basketball once a week at least.
I play twice a week, but the hardest thing is like I'll be on the bench for like 10 hours. Like if we have a late game at like 10:10 or something, like I'll work until like 8-9 o'clock, and then I'll go and do some rapid movements, and all of a sudden my body's used to being sitting in the seating position all day, and then all of a sudden, shoulders sore, the knees sore, the lower back sore. Fucking.
Have any of these specialists you've gone to said maybe your back's sore because you're carrying around 5 kilos of hair?
Yeah.
They would have. Surely they would have.
For years, my chiro was just like, you need to cut your hair. And I'll be like, how much should I cut off? And he's like, about 2 kilos. And then I was, at the time, like my hair was to the ground. And then my back fucked out. I couldn't walk properly for like a week. And then we chopped off 0.5 kilo. And that was all right for a bit. And then my back fucked out again. And then we probably chopped off maybe like another 400 grams or something. And one time I was meant to be at a tattoo expo, and I blew my back out in the morning, and I had to crawl up the length of the house and just laid on the ground until my partner got home from work, and I was just like, just fucking cut it. And I was sitting in the seat and I couldn't sit in it properly, so I'm all on an angle, and she trimmed it, and I felt like I had a bob, but when I stood up, it was all kind of fucking sideways and skew-esque, but it's growing back out now, and it's at my waist. So.
But did it feel better? Did it take the weight off your back?
Yeah, heaps. But
not enough to keep you doing it.
Well, I just let it grow, and it's typically wrapped up in the beanie all the time, and my hair grows pretty quick, so it's just, before you know it, 6 months have gone by, and it's grown another fucking 1/2 foot, so.
Yeah. It's got to play a factor. Like I remember.
Oh, it does, but it's just like I probably should trim it. But like I've got like a receding hairline now, so you can sort of see like how much it's gone back from the tattoo. But if I shave my head now, like I'll have to get my head tattooed, and I'm not ready for that shit.
Yeah. Are you still going with the tattoo journey?
I still get tattooed. I miss tattooing heaps. Unfortunately, I'm too busy with the teeth, but yeah, I fucking miss tattooing so much, and I'm at that point where I'm busy, but it's not good busy. It's bad busy. Like I miss out on shit because people are like, "I'll come to the show," and I'm like, "Fuck, I'd love to, but I've got to get these jobs done."
Mm-hmm.
And it's good that I'm busy. Like fuck, I don't advertise. I barely even post on Instagram. I'll post stories. Like I've got no website, but I'm still booked out. So it's nice, but it's bad busy at the moment.
Yeah, you got to find that balance, man.
Oh, there's no fucking balance.
When you work for yourself like that and you've got a high standard and high expectation, it's hard to let things go or to put anything out there that you're not 100% happy with. It's also hard to delegate stuff to potential employees as well.
Yeah, and like I've tried to have employees and stuff. Unfortunately, it's been me by myself for the last 5 years. One of the guys I did go to uni with, he came on over Christmas break, and he done a couple of sets for me, but he's now back at uni, so his uni takes precedent, you know what I mean? I was just like, dude, you're paying for this degree, like, concentrate on that. Like, if you got time, come through. If not, fucking, I'm not worried. Like, it's still going to be me here on the tools. And then one of the other guys from a dental lab that I work pretty closely with, he was coming over and doing a couple of days with me because dental labs get quiet in certain periods of the year. So he came over and done a couple of days, but he's back full time at the other spot now. So just me by myself.
It's hard,
with
man.
fucking 40-something fucking orders that just don't seem to ever go down. And
yeah, but that's good though, because at this point in time in 2025, a lot of people I know that have tattooed for a long time are pivoting out of it or looking for other things that they can do. But you did that a while ago, and you're still busy, because a lot of these tattoo artists that books were closed for quite a while, they're not as busy as they could be.
yeah, it's wild, but once again too, it's just, is there an oversaturation in the market? Do people have the funds that they used to? And, you know, like some of my friends, their mortgage repayments jumped like $1,500 a month. And once upon a time, that was our money. That was like play money. That was going out money. But, you know, the cost of living's gone up. There's so many different factors. And then there's so many different shops now too. So, you know, once upon a time, there used to only be X amount of shops in Melbourne. And, you know, now there's fucking 10 times that. So what do you do?
Yeah, there's multiple factors. There's oversaturation, cost of living, and people not having the disposable income. And you put all that together, then you've also got a new generation of artists coming out who are tapping into their market really well, where those younger people would have gone to more established artists, where they're going to these younger artists as well. That's happening a bit, man.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Like I said, I'm nearly 40, and a majority of my clients, like I've been tattooed since 2007. A lot of my clients have got kids, they've got mortgages now. They're not getting tattooed because, fuck it, let's face it, this shit hurts when you're in mid-30s or higher. Like, I've got maybe 2 hours in me these days. I don't want to get tattooed for fucking all day like I used to when I was a teenager. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, nah.
Leave the tattoo shop, fucking go home and cry in the shower. Fucking.
That's it, man. But it's interesting you say people don't have money for tattoos, but and that's a luxury item, which obviously it is. But putting gold in your mouth's a fair luxury as well.
It is. It's good. Like, I think being qualified and having the option to do dental work does work in my favour to a certain extent, because obviously, like, you've got to be a dental technician to be making crowns and stuff like that. No dentist is going to approach someone who's just a jeweler to be like, oh, can you do this for us? Because there's different margins, there's different alloys involved, there's different things to consider. So that has worked in my favour a bit. A lot of my friends do have missing teeth. I've got a few missing teeth myself, but luckily for me, they're the posterior, so you can't really see my gaps too much. But yeah, it's just kind of nice being able to like look after your friends and stuff, I guess. Hey.
And if you get a tattoo, there is no resale value on it. If you get a gold grill, holds its value to an extent, or the gold's worth gold.
The price of gold at the moment is fucking ridiculous. Right. And I haven't upped my prices for about 6 years purely because I haven't had time. And if I was to do so, then I'd have to change the digital, the printed version. I haven't had time to do the math on it. And gold's been jumping in price, and it's not as if it's jumping like a small amount. Like I looked at it the other day, it was like $5,300 and something an ounce. And I was just like, cool. Thanks for that. So my cost of goods is now almost doubled what it was 10 years ago.
And that eats into your per hour rate that you can work on it, I guess.
I guess so, but like I'm pretty quick. You know, like once something's cast in the middle, I can knock out a single in like 38 minutes. So, but obviously it comes down to the path of insertion and, you know, those sort of factors. Depending on larger sets, you might have to work them a little bit longer. But yeah, I can do a single relatively quick. But I do need to up my prices. I haven't done it yet. I'll do it eventually, but fuck, it's been 10 years and I still don't have a website. So,
but if it's not broke, don't fix it, man. If you're getting word of mouth and people are referring to you and you're getting it just through Instagram, well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I've been around long enough that, like, you know, people know. And then, you know, the longest I sort of get out, you know, like, teeth have a natural migration to them. People get their wisdom teeth taken out, etc. You know, people have had fillings. So, you know, what I've basically said to my clients, if I've made you something, you've had some dental work and it no longer fits, like, just bring it back, come see me, I'll redo it. And it gives me a chance to look at my old work and go, oh, what was I thinking there? And then gives me a chance to redo it and fucking do it to today's standard. So
yeah,
my clients are stoked too because, yeah, it works out well.
So for predominantly your jobs are the grills, but you also do other sort of jewelry or what do we call them? Teeth decorations? What do you call it?
I put on the Instagram, like when we first made the Instagram in 2017, I put on a custom fitted dental adornment.
Okay.
And that's what I called it at the time, and it's kind of stuck with that. But what I have noticed now too, like, people are kind of using it too, and it's just like, I don't know, like, for me, I'm like, man, like, you can go back, look at all the hashtags I used. I've used the same hashtag since then. You know, and it's like, yeah, cool, you can maybe use the same hashtags I do, but like, to be completely honest, like, it's not bringing work to you, it's sending work to me. Because people will click on this hashtag and they'll be like, oh, fuck, this person's been using that hashtag. Oh, shit, you scroll down the feed, fuck, he's been doing it for 10 years. I'll go and see him instead of this person who's been here for like 2 minutes, you know? So, yeah, I find it pretty funny. Whereas,
Have you noticed what's trending as far as what people want is different to now from 10 years ago? Or is it just, I just want some cool gold shit?
I do a lot of the standard sets. I have steered away from like doing silver sets because of like different alloys and different people, like they'll behave differently. Like, you know, with some people with 925 silver, it will actually leach the saliva from their mouth. So I don't know if you know about people that smoke meth or do certain drugs where the saliva leaches from the mouth. It can actually be detrimental to the enamel and stuff. So
that's why people lose their teeth that smoke meth, because they're losing the saliva?
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So it's yeah.
And that's why chewing gum is good for your teeth, because it naturally sort of stimulates saliva?
To a certain extent. Like, you can't smoke a bowl and fucking have a packet of Wrigley's and shit's going to be good, you know? But yeah, there's certain things and different alloys will behave differently in different people. It's not for everyone, but like, you know, just like anything, like you get that one case or one scenario, it's just like, well, how about we just don't do that? So I don't really make too many silver sets anymore. I would sort of use like a dental chrome, which is a dental alloy, which is, yeah, made for the mouth. So.
And is chrome as popular as gold, or gold's where it's at? But it's obviously more expensive.
Yeah, because it's a dental alloy, but I'll push the chrome a lot more than I'll push the silver. But like I said, I haven't updated my pricing, so I need to take silver off the pricing, but I'll push people onto the chrome. I can work it a little bit thinner and it's a lot stronger, so it's not as malleable as silver, so I can get the margins a lot tighter and a better fit. So.
Wait, how thin are they? We're talking millimeters.
Not even.
Like, yeah, but so yeah, what are we talking, like 0.2 of a millimeter or something?
A little bit thicker than that. So like, yeah, the chrome and gold, I can sort of work it down to about 0.3, 0.4 of a mil thick. But silver, you're kind of restricted. Like, you probably wouldn't want to go any thinner than 0.7.
Yeah. And it's such a balancing act, because you want it to keep its structural integrity, that, you know, it is going to bite. People are going to bite down on it. Not that they really should too much, but it's got to hold, but also it has to be thin enough for it to feel comfortable.
Yeah, you want it to be comfortable, and at the same time, you want it to match the client's natural occlusion or bite the best as possible. Because if you've got something in your mouth, like, if that's adjusting your bite to a large extent, like, at the end of the day, you're going to have headaches, you're going to have sore jaw, it's going to lead to other issues and stuff. So
yeah, well, it's like, you know, sitting off kilter, all that sort of stuff. If your jaw's off, it's going to just trigger other things.
I can mess with everything, you know. There's like even tiny little bones on the top of your jaw that like are basically, it's almost a part of your ear, you know what I mean? So you can throw off all sorts of stuff. You can throw off your balance and all sorts of stuff, hey? But yeah, you want to do it as best.
And that's
as best you can.
And that's the moral of the story for people that are thinking about getting a grill or whatever. Doing it the cheap way, it's going into your mouth. You don't want to do that. You want to go to the best person you can, because it's going to be something that is going to affect your whole being, essentially.
Yeah, but like, once again too, like, you know, it's the same as tattooing. You know, there's a market for it. And like I said on the last time, like, you know, I've got no problem getting a jewelry evaluation on the pieces I make. So it's like there's an outside source going, this is what I make and this is how much it's worth. And, you know, not everyone can afford it. You know, the cost of gold, the cost of everything's gone up, but at the same time, it's a luxury item. Nobody needs it, you know? Like, yeah, cool, you might need a restorative crown because you've got tooth damage, but at the end of the day, you don't need a fucking full pave fucking gold crown where you can just do like an acrylic or Emax one, you know? So
yeah, but have you, like, I've never done it, but I've seen the ads for, and I don't know whether it's the certain age I'm getting to or whether it's because I follow certain things on Instagram, but I get these ads where it's like, hey, you can get dentures and we'll just drill them into your gums. And I'm like, that looks so fucking painful.
Yeah, the implant technology is pretty wild. It's kind of scary knowing that there's an implant post screwed into someone's skull, essentially. So
they show that like it's going to, that makes me go, fuck, I don't want to ever get that shit done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, because when I went back to uni, at the time I was contemplating, I was like, fuck it, I'll just go back and become a dentist. And my dentist was just like, look, you're better off just be become a technician, do your dental lab thing, do that. Because for one, she was like, you're creative. You're not going to like the theory work behind it. And to become a dentist now, it used to be 5 years at uni. Now it's 8.
So that's
And
6 more than you did.
yeah, I only had to do 2 to be a tag.
Tech. And then you got to do another 6 if you want to be a dentist.
Yeah, but the worst thing about it too is like, fuck, you're going to rack up like $500,000 worth of fees, uni fees and stuff. And I'm not one for much theory work. I'd rather just make stuff. So it's like, yeah, cool. Like I've written some papers, but like nothing over 300 words. Like I'm not going to write a thesis on fucking stuff. But
You've read some stuff though.
oh yeah, I'll read all day. But yeah, it's full on. Like yeah, what I was getting at was like when I was looking into it, I was looking at YouTube videos on like different types of dentistry, like even crown prep and all sorts of stuff. And like most of the time we're at the dentist, we're there, we've got the light, we've got our glasses on, we're looking up. The dental assistant's got the suction and the dentist is doing their thing and we just think it's water. But a lot of the times it's fucking blood and there's a lot of it. And I'm not a fan of blood. So watching some videos, I was just like, yeah, it's probably, I don't want to be a dentist.
But man, with the tattooing, you're always wiping blood away.
Yeah, but it's not heaps. And if the tattoo's applied correctly, like you're not going to be pissing out with blood either.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, blood, saliva, it's a crazy mix when you watch how certain things are done.
Yeah, it's last time I went to the dentist, man, they tricked me. They were like, oh, no, they did. They're like, oh, we've got to do this, we've got to do this, and they're like, you've got heaps of tattoos, you'll be fine. You don't need any.
I love it how they say that.
They say that, and then I'm there with these glasses on, with like fucking just a tear running down.
Yeah,
and
the
I'm
old
like,
token Disney tear, the
and
single.
And I'm like, this is horrible. And then the next time I went back, I'm like, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm like, no, give me the stuff. And they bring out that huge big needle, and well, it seems big when it's like in your face.
Yeah, it's last time I was at the dentist, I had to get a tooth pulled out because it had a split down. It was like from an old bullshit injury. Fucking cop one to the jaw, I guess. But yeah, the tooth was cracked and it eventually got infected, and like my face puffed up heaps, and like I couldn't even wash my face without it hurting. So I went there to get it pulled out. She's numbed me up. I could still feel it. You know, she gave me a couple of extra injections because she's lovely, but I felt every second of that. And she pulled that thing out in under 5 minutes, but I fucking felt it. And yeah, I had the token single tear roll down my face.
Yeah. So you've got a relationship with your dentist. She knows that you're a dentist, or you're a dentist technician. And
yeah, she was the one that told me to go and get qualified. And
right.
She was just like, yeah, I'll back you. She's like, if you want a letter of recommendation or any of that stuff, I got you. So yeah, she was a big factor in me going to get qualified at the time, and yeah, went back to uni, graduated top of the class, and she sings my praises.
Yeah, right.
So,
and do you refer work to her?
I do refer work to her. Even my partner, my girlfriend, she went up there for a clean and check up not that long ago, and she was, I don't know, she was sort of like all she'd done was sing your praises while she's scrubbing my teeth, and she was in pain, and you know, she was in pain getting her teeth clean, and then like, all I can hear is just a dentist like, Jay's so nice, Jay's so lovely. Yeah, so it was pretty funny.
It's amazing how like I use the toothbrush that they told me to get, the motorized one. I do all the stuff that they tell me to do, but stuff just builds up on your teeth. Like it's just like until you go like, yeah.
I have a sook about it each time. Like I recently had like a filling pop out probably a couple of weeks ago, and it's on a tooth that I should probably put a crown on it, but like I just haven't had time. I don't want to be in pain. I can't be fucked with it, but like I've spent thousands of dollars on my teeth, and they're still doing what they're doing. And it's shit because I floss, I brush, I do this, I oil pull, I do.
What's the last thing you said?
Oh, oil pull. So like with like coconut water, not coconut water, with coconut oil.
Right.
So you just mix it in your mouth, and it's basically like
a mouthwash.
Essentially, yeah, but because it's an oil, it gets in between like the interproximal of your teeth and helps clean them out. And, like I'll chew cloves and do all sorts of stuff as well. But yeah, I still got some fillings. It's probably from the sugar consumption that I've done as a kid or whatever. But yeah, it's shit house.
That does like because your mouth, I guess, is forever evolving, sort of, isn't it? Like it like obviously you grow, but things that you do, things you eat, all that sort of stuff, does it affect the way that your jaw and everything sort of grows?
Yeah, well, we've all got bad habits. Like, fuck, I still bite my nails, you know, the amount of bacteria that'll be under my nails when I bite them. But I smoke as well, and I do have a sweet tooth, so I probably shouldn't whinge if I've got a cavity or two because I've probably eaten fucking 8 ounces sugar this week, you know. But yeah, when you work flat out, I pretty much get fueled by spliffs and sugar.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's it, man. And when you're not eating, you're not excited by food, as you sort of said before. I guess you got to look forward to something.
yeah, well, you just end up snacking, don't you? And it's just like sometimes I'll just eat because like I know that my body needs it, and it's just like, you know, as much as you don't want to, it's just like fuck, I really need to eat something.
What about fluoride?
Avoid that shit like the fucking plague, hey.
Really?
But, yeah, well, there's natural occurring fluoride, which is good for your teeth, but a lot of the stuff that we're given is like it's a chemical fucking runoff from aluminium smelting, and it's predominantly found in rat poison and Prozac and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I'm definitely fucking anti-fluoride, but
Even like when I was at the dentist, he's like, I put some fluoride on your teeth. Even that sort of fluoride is bad for you?
a dentist probably will have the best one for you, but the fluoride that's in the toothpaste, stay the fuck away from that.
So what should we be brushing our teeth with?
You can get these little stick things that sort of turn into bristles. I'd probably jump in on that. I don't have any of them at the moment, but yeah, it's, I don't know, we're getting down a different rabbit hole there, eh?
Well, yeah, but so just normal market grade toothpaste you'd avoid.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that.
So what? Yeah.
Yeah, but even with that too, like you can be a little bit cheeky, and it's kind of like a fucking bit of a play on it. But it's just like dentists make money for people having bad teeth, and then you see the ads, and it's like 9 out of 10 dentists recommend you brush with Colgate, and it's just like, well, if they make money off of poor teeth, and you're recommending that we use this, I want to know what that 1 out of 10 dentist recommends, not the 9 out of 10.
Well, didn't they used to call that like the chapstick theory? You know what I mean? Like people,
What was that?
Well, that people buy chapsticks because their lips are dry. So if that solves your dry lips, you have no need to buy the chapstick anymore. It's like creating a market for itself.
Yeah, or you could just drink fucking more water. But I'm guilty of that. There'll be some days where I won't drink any water at all. But
Bring the mic a bit closer.
sorry, bro.
You can sit wherever you want. Just bring it closer to you. You're a softly spoken guy, Jay.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is.
Because, like, the internal fucking volume, I need to fold back or some shit.
Man, I've got tinnitus in my ears, something shocking, and I've been looking up different ways to get rid of that, which basically there is none.
Fuck, that's interesting. I looked into some stuff about it a while ago, but I'll get back to you on it.
I'm like hoping for some sort of miracle, like acupuncture behind the ear or something. I don't know if that exists, but I was looking up last night.
Maybe.
It's
hey.
as I'm getting older, it's getting worse and worse for me personally.
Yeah, because I looked into something along those lines a while ago, but it was a while ago, and I didn't really get into it too much. But yeah, I'll suss it out. I'll have a look.
It's one of those things, man. Like I used to think I was so healthy, and I get to a certain age, my eyes are getting worse and worse. It's ringing in my ears. Like it's just the humans. We're not made to live forever, man.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I think that we've been coded that way. Mm-hmm. You know, but yeah, you definitely notice it. One thing I've noticed after having heart surgery, it's something I never had prior, but you know, we've all had migraines, but if I get a migraine these days, like my vision will go blurry, like I'm looking through water, and I never had that prior to heart surgery. So it's been one of those things where I'm just like, cool, I got heart surgery, and now I can't fucking see sometimes. Like
It's all connected.
yeah, but it's just like my heart's fixed, my valves are fixed. I should have better blood flow, therefore I shouldn't be dealing with it. But I don't know. They wrote it off as evolutionary migraines, and I'm like, okay, that's a good way to.
But so with all this work that you're doing with stuff that's talking with 0.2 of a millimeter,
Yeah,
you don't have spectacles.
Oh no, I'll use some magnifying spectacles, and like I'm about to buy a microscope. Like there is a microscope at the jewelry studio, but I'll buy one for like my little setup as well too, where I can get like, because at the moment the magnification I'm working under is only like 10 times or something. So if I get a microscope, I'll amplify that up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, too, like you look through these things for a long period of time and then take them off and then try and look at your phone. It takes a little bit to adjust.
It's conditioning, man. Like since I started wearing glasses full time, my eyes are getting worse. It's the same thing. Like they're getting because they are constantly have the they can lean back on. They're not self correcting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it is. It's pretty wild. But the only time, like, I went to an optometrist years ago because I was working heaps. I was copping headaches all the time, and someone was like, maybe it's my eyes. So I went and got them checked out, and the optometrist was like, oh, one eye is really good at, short sight, and the other one's really good at long. And I was just like, they were like, oh, do you ever notice? And I was like, no, because I don't walk around with one eye shut. But when I go under the scope, if I'm on the microscope, I got to adjust these things. Like if anyone else was to look through the scope after I've been on it, they'll be like, what the fuck's going on here? But that's the only time that I've noticed that I've ever had like a short distance or
And how do you go with your hands working on that stuff that's that small and that really small scale?
Every now and again, like I'll get like tennis elbow because I'm sort of like holding it here and then, my elbow will lock and you just like click it out. And then, depending on how much work I've done that day, like sometimes like I can't let things go. I almost have to drop it and then like stretch my fingers out, which is, I don't know, every time the old boys used to come around the tattoo studio collecting for the Arthritis Society, I used to give them all my coins because I was just like, I'm going to be calling you boys up soon and I'm a want a return on my investment. But you can definitely notice it. But once again, too, it's just, I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not exercising as much as what I should be. I should definitely be going to the gym and shit. But
and even just taking breaks, staring at something else, walking around, doing that sort of thing, man, that'd be good for you too.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like I'll be sitting in a locked position for like 8 hours, and then I'm like, fuck, it's like 5 o'clock. Like I haven't moved for fucking 8 hours. Like the only reason why I've gotten up is the lecture that I was listening to was stopped, and I'm like, fuck, that went for 7.5 hours. Like,
no shit.
Yeah, so like, YouTube's obviously been scrubbed now, but every time if I'm drawing or working, I'll have a lecture or an interview or something playing. Hey, so
yeah, and that is it. I don't even know what you call it. Is it like the anvil that you rest on?
Oh, it's just like a jeweler's peg.
And that, man, you literally just wear them down. How often?
Yeah, like the one I've got two of them. One of them's pretty worn down, but the other one's like the one that I've got at the moment. It's got a few holes and stuff in it, but depending on what you're doing, like if you're doing a lot of stuff with like a large file, like you'll chew through them pretty quick. But the one I've got's still relatively new, even though it's probably like 7 years old.
But man, when I look at that, I'm like, you're literally like working your fingers to the bone type scenario.
Yeah, you can sort of see it, and then like you can see all the like the abrasions on my nails, and like just even like while I'm polishing, or all my nails have been emery down. You'd think they'd look a lot cleaner than what they do, but they're worked hardened. Soft hands with worked hardened fingers.
Hey man, because no, you grind it literally like you are working all the fucking time.
Yeah, and it's fucking stupid. Like it's I don't know. Sometimes it's like I don't know. It's like it's a product of my own success at sometimes, but then at the same time, it's just like I'm guilty of it. Like my books have been closed for months, but then like a friend of a friend will message me and I'll be like, yeah, I can fit you in. And then like the other day I had like 3 people not show up, and I'm just like, guys, like my next availability isn't for like another month and a half now.
Yeah.
So it's just like some people I'll bend over backwards for, but like some people I've extended that, but like some people are just shit cunts.
Man, a lot of people just don't value someone else's time. I'll have people all the time that will message me, and I'm not gonna. People that ask me to come on the show now, I'm not gonna even bother with it, right? But people ask me, and then they don't turn up. You're like, fuck, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the worst thing about it, and it's just like, for me, time off the bench is time off the bench, and I've got to make that up. And then it's just like, what people don't realize is like, if I've got an appointment, typically I'll be there half an hour prior, and then I'll probably be there half an hour after they've gone, just like whether I'm waiting on models to set or whatever it may be. But that's an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said to you before, I can do a single tooth in fucking 38 minutes. So I can almost finish off 2 single teeth for someone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, if you don't show up to that appointment, like you've cost me money twice.
Yeah.
And then I've got other people that owe me money, and it's like all the people that owe me money are people I know, and it's just like, bro, like I got fucking bills too, yeah. Like I've let you pay this off, and you still haven't paid it off. Like what the fuck are you up to? Like,
Yep.
especially if it's another tattooer, it's just like, bro, like you're a tattooer, like.
You should get the game, yeah.
Yeah, but even with that, it's just like, you're a fucking tattooer. What do you mean you don't have any fucking money? Hustle, bro. Draw more, paint more, do fucking something. Like, you know, like, I don't know. It's just, we can go into a rant, we can do all that sort of shit. But
Yeah, well, no, I know you don't want to rant today. We've done some ranting off camera. Can you break down the process for a customer that comes to you? They see your stuff. Like, obviously, you don't have a website, you said, but they can just message you. Then they can tee up an appointment. Break down the whole process from start to finish if someone wants a Cheshire's Grin grill.
Well, the best thing with it, like I said, it's been 10 years now, so a lot of the times it's friends of friends, which is always nice. It's always, like, referred, and, like, I've got clients, like, if they're sending me people, I'm always like, yo, if you send anyone my way, make sure you name drop you, because, like, I'll look after you and stuff. And, like, I got some of my clients that will pimp me out fucking really fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because, like, it's like a little street team that I didn't even know exists, but it works out well. And then I've got dentists that will see me work, whether it just be like actual dental work or removable grills, which is always nice. Just because of the network that I've built up over the last decade. So,
But so break down the process. If someone messages you, they come in, you do an implant.
I don't do an implant, but
Not implant. You do impression.
yeah, you can get their impressions. I can work off intraoral scans as well. So sometimes I'll get scans like emailed to me.
So someone could get a scan from their dentist or whatever they've done, send that to you, and you can work from that without getting the impression.
Yep.
Wow.
So I can do all of that sort of stuff remotely, which is always nice. Sometimes you do get some issues with technology. Like we did have a scan. I ended up printing it off like 4 or 5 times in the last couple of weeks, and like the scan just didn't stitch properly. And of course it didn't stitch properly on the teeth that we needed, which was just a fucking headache. And then, printing that off 4 or 5 times and it didn't work. So like the dentist ended up coming down to see me and just bringing me down like some own prints that he printed off himself. So yeah. And then get to work, I duplicate the models. I typically duplicate like 3, sometimes 4 models. So I've got the master model, which is the final fitting, which is the closest to the mouth, and then the working model. So the secondary model is typically the one I wax to, and then the other 2 models are the ones that I work to and fit the piece to, so I'm not damaging the master or the secondary.
So when you say you wax to them, that's what you wax up and then you fit to them? Like what? Break that process down.
So basically, like I'll wax up the teeth. So I'm using the wax casting technique. So I'll cast up the wax work for the tooth or the selected teeth. I use a casting company for that. We did used to own all the equipment for it, but during COVID, jewelry studio got downsized. We sold the kiln. We've still got like the electro melt, and I think we've still got the casting unit, but just outsource it now. So little less time that I got to take, and so yeah.
And then those casts, then like if someone says to you, say I got something off you 18 months ago. If I go, man, I want to get some other teeth, you'll be like, we need to do another impression?
Yeah, so typically I'll work off an impression or a model for about 6 months.
Because the mouth moves and...
Yeah, to a certain extent. But ideally, the fresher the impression, the better, because it's, this is where your mouth's at today. And then, I do have stuff on file, but yeah, I bin everything after about 6 months because I don't have the space for it.
For sure.
And yeah, the fresher the impression, the better.
Fresher the impression. And what about looking after it, man? Like, how do people clean their mouth adornments?
The old custom fitted dental adornment.
Yeah.
There's a few ways you can clean it, depending on the piece. Like if we're doing like a large scale diamond set piece, typically I'll give the client an ultrasonic as well. But it comes down to your like oral hygiene, and like if you're smoking flat out, they will hold the piece depending on the metal used. But you will get like a heat signature on them. But I offer a free clean and polish whenever you need. A few of the boys, if they're about to go on tour, if they've got like a show that they're performing at, they'll swing by. I'll give their teeth a free clean and polish, and send them on their way with them looking brand new.
Brand spanking, yeah.
But yeah, just like basically like some warm soapy water, and then like give them a rinse and let
Not
'em dry.
toothpaste
No, not toothpaste.
because of fluoride.
Not because of fluoride, but yeah.
Warm soapy water.
Yeah, just some warm soapy water and like give it a good rinse and stuff, because obviously you don't want soap in your mouth. Like,
Yeah.
But it's at the end of the day, it's jewelry. So
Yeah, you got to think about it. It's jewelry. It's not teeth.
yeah, well, unless it's a crown, and if it's a crown, like the dental alloys and stuff, they don't tarnish and stuff, so you can smoke up a storm with them. So
And what about the people that have the diamonds set into them? That's got to be a different cleaning sort of debacle all in itself.
yeah, well, that's when the ultrasonic comes into place. But all the diamonds are like, especially for Pave, they're set in there pretty snugly. So like, there's not much room for them to move around or anything like that. And if there is any room there, like, just come back and see me. But the ultrasonic's typically good with that. It shakes out anything that might get in there.
Right. So how does that work?
The ultrasonic,
Yeah.
basically, it's like a bath, and it sends ultrasonic vibrations through the water. And but like in Jurassic Park, where you see the shockwave in the glass of water, just doing that on a microscopic scale and at a larger frequency.
I've got a pretty standard sort of gold scenario, but a lot of people have gone for fangs, dripping looks, all sorts of different stuff. Is that just limited by their creativity of what you can sort of do?
Well, ideally, like, I've sort of come at it from the angle of like, it's got to be functional too. But at the end of the day, like, as long as you can still gain retention in the mouth, like, I've done some pretty wild sets, but they're pretty much just for photos. You know what I mean? It's not for practical everyday wear. Like, we done like a full set of shark teeth, and I used to say to my mate, I was like, bro, I want photos of these in the club. And he was waiting in line at the club with his fucking shark teeth in, looking like a fucking menace. And then he was like, oh, I went to go out on the weekend, but they wouldn't let me in because of my teeth. And I was like, do you have them on the line? And he was just like, yeah. And I was just like, bro, you would have looked like a fucking animal, bro. I was like, I wouldn't have let you in. But
so some of it is avant-garde, really, like it's runway stuff.
You can get artistic with it, but ideally, like, form and functionality. You know what I mean? I want to match your bite as best as I can. Yeah, cool. I want to do some arty stuff, but at the same time too, you do get restricted because some people's teeth are only like half a mil. Like some people's teeth are like a mil fucking high. You know what I mean? So it's like you do get limited for the space that you're working with. So
yeah. And what about the whole procedure from start to finish? What's the turnaround time from somebody coming to you and then to sort of getting their mouth adornment?
Fuck, it can range, hey. And like I have had like a bit of like there's been a few dramas and stuff. So I do have a few clients that have been waiting a while. I sort of ended last year off probably 97 grand in the red.
Jesus.
Due to other people's fuckery, but some of it was due to the tattoo expo stuff that happened. I lost some money on some booth prices and some fucking flights and hotels.
Which a lot of people did.
A lot of people did, but I won't whinge about that too much because, like, in comparison to what I lost, like, it's a drop in the water compared to some of my friends, you know. But all of that's come back now. The AEG, or the Australian Expo Group, has now been taken over by one of the investors who lost a lot of money to the previous owner, and one of my good friends who used to run and do all the bookings. So that's all coming back. So there's going to be a fresh tattoo expo back in Melbourne.
When's that kicking off?
December 5th until the 7th this year. So that's
has it been announced yet?
Yeah, they have announced it. They announced it probably 2 days ago. So all of that's coming back in. The best thing with it, obviously, the previous owner took the money and ran, but these guys to basically, let's say, redeem themselves or like redeem the company name, they're pretty much, if you were affected by it, like, they're basically going to credit you the booth and stuff, which is
that's pretty
fucking
good,
amazing.
Man. Yeah.
Well, considering they didn't take any of the money, but to do that, obviously they've got to basically bring back trust and stuff to the fucking to
gain
the name.
Credibility. Yeah.
Yeah, and the best thing with it now too is like the tattoo industry as a community as a whole, like, everyone's working together really fucking well at the moment, which is amazing because it's just like it's like everyone's sort of got their core values on point, and then everyone's just like, we're not going to stand for this, we're not going to stand for that. So it's nice to see. Hey, so that's going to be good. So yeah, looks like I'll be working the Melbourne Expo, and I don't have to pay for my booth because I paid for it fucking a year ago.
There you go.
But that'll be nice. But
It's good karma. It's a good way for them to sort of reach out and sort of gain trust back,
100%, and they don't have to do that shit because at the end of the day, they're not the ones that took the fucking money and ran.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty funny because like I've seen some of the paperwork, and old mate fucking done a runner and took a few mil.
Wow.
Yeah, but it'll be 12 months in October, so next month will be 12 months, and it's just like, man, you took all that money and you didn't even last a year on the run. Like, come on, bro. But yeah, that being said, I did have another fuck up. I got involved in a gold deal that went bellied up, and my contact for that, the last time I spoke to him, he was just like, I've got a warrant for my arrest, I'll call you later. And that call never came, and then I lost out on about 9 ounces of gold, which in today's gold prices was about 47 grand.
Jesus.
And I borrowed some money to jump in on that deal. So me being me, I fucking apologised to the people that I bought in on it, and I gave them back their money. So I pretty much doubled down on my debt.
But you've got a clean conscience that you did the right thing.
Well, I done the right thing, but at the same time too, like fucking, it's pretty nerve-wracking when you look at, I was almost 100K in the red, and I've pretty much worked every day this year, and I've got it down to about 25 grand now. Mm-hmm. So I've worked every day this year for free. Some of my clients got affected because I had fucking no money. I couldn't even buy fucking diamonds. So, but then hopefully I'm going to catch up with a few of my clients up in Brizzy and stuff that were affected by it. Like, I informed them. I'd done some fucking dumbass business decision, but if it worked out, it would have worked out, and it would have been fucking awesome. But it didn't. So here we are. And
you live and you learn.
Oh, fuck, I've learned every day this year. Like I said, I've worked every day this year for fucking no money. And to do that and to still be motivated, I guess, because it comes down to like, I'm still clocking. It's not as if I'm only clocking 40 hours a week. Like I'm doing 60, 70 hours a week, and I'm pretty much just paying bills and just getting out of debt from someone else's bullshit. So
it's a tough lesson to learn, but at least you've got a smile on your face after it.
Oh, fuck, what else can I do about it? You know what I mean? The cunt who fucking done it, like, he's in protection. It's an ongoing investigation. Apparently he ripped off a lot of other people, and I can't really comment on it because I haven't seen the full extent of his paperwork, but from what I've heard, some of it's pretty fucking dark. So that's basically it. That's all I can talk on.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave that at that then. Yeah.
No fucking comment.
So aside from that, have you got any other exhibitions or anything else that you're doing?
The next up is SEQ in Brisbane. That is... Fuck, what date is that? It's the 12th to the 15th of September. I heard that's like a bit of an old school tattoo expo.
You haven't been there before?
No, I haven't done it, but I've heard nothing but good things. I'm so fucking keen for it.
Right. Because you've been to a lot of them, all of them mostly. Yeah,
I started going to exhibitions or tattoo expos in 2007, and the first one I worked was probably 2010. So I tattooed for about 3 years before I worked one, and then didn't work them for a while, but then once I started doing the teeth, I pretty much got back into it, and I've done most of the expos for the last decade, so minus the last year where I've been fucking broke.
But are you gonna at least let your hair down a little bit when you go to these things and not work as hard? Or are you just gonna be working every day at the expo like you?
I'm still working, but it's the closest thing I get to a day off. You know what I mean? And I do let my hair down. Like everyone knows, like you can come get some shots of Henny at the booth with me at an expo weekend. But I'm still working. I'm still like fuck. They're still long days. They're still like 10-hour days at the expo. So it's good fun, but it's still work. You know.
And I'm guessing at those expos you're meeting new clients, but you're probably also working with as far as other people that are showing, other tattoo artists are getting their work done from you as well.
Yeah, well, I think the best thing about it is like I've been in the industry for a while now, so I pretty much already know everyone, which is always nice. And like you're
always referring me people to get on the show.
Oh, 100%. And it's just, I've got a full list of people that you should probably get on after me as well too. So
I tried,
hopefully
man.
they come through. But
Yeah.
it's just all about networking and just trying to get people to link up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's great because like I spend that much time by myself, so it's just like it's just nice being around it. You know, I only tattoo by appointment now. I've still got people that want to get tattooed by me, but unfortunately, I just don't have time at the moment. And it's like I look at my schedule and I'm like, oh, cool, we can do it. You know, in 2 months, and then by the time those 2 months roll around, like if something happens with them or something's got to reschedule, it's just like, well, sorry, bro, like I can't fit you in for like another month now. So
Yeah, that's it.
it's nice to see everyone. It's good to catch up with everyone, and you know, a lot of my friends are tattooers, so like we all get to see everyone, like hang out for the weekend, and then right, cool, catch you in 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
So
And you can't book that far in advance at the moment because in 2 or 3 months there's an asteroid thing that might hit the planet Earth. Have you seen that?
oh really? I need the old sandwich board with the end is nigh on it because every fucking week there's something else popping
There's something
up.
else, yeah.
But yeah, I remember. Oh fuck, you're the same age as me, bro. Remember like Beyond?
I'm older.
Oh yeah. Remember Beyond 2000 show? Mm-hmm. We're like quarter of a century into the 2000s now. Where's our flying car? The oil reserves never dried up. All those doomsday prophecy fucking.
Yep.
Yeah, none of that shit's fucking come about.
Man, the future from Back to the Future was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, crazy.
No hoverboards or anything.
No, that's what I mean. Marty McFly, like those Nikes came out and they were pretty ugly. But
The mags, yeah. They were self-lacing, I think.
yeah, I don't think they're self-laced.
Technology's got a lot to answer for. Jay, it's been a good chat, man. Thanks for coming in. Is there anything else you want to say? Anyone you want to shout out or anything you want to get off your chest before we wrap it up?
I got a lot of stuff I'd like to get off my chest, but we'll keep that for a private conversation. But it's I don't know, just everyone. I don't know, essentially just work hard, do your thing. That's it.
Be a
Peace.
good cunt.
Yeah, be a good cunt.
Man, I appreciate the chat, and I really appreciate the chat off camera. That's been great, but yeah, the chat on camera's been good, man, and appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, well, hopefully people like what we talked about. It's always nerve-wracking, especially when I watch your other episodes, and I walk away from it. I'm like, damn, that was a really good fucking interview. Like, fuck, I wish I was that articulate, or I wish I had those topics to talk about, or like it just. Some of the stuff, it just seems like it flows naturally in that, and I'm just like, damn, that was a really good interview.
Man,
So,
I think you're selling yourself short.
yeah, but once again, too, like we didn't talk about a lot of shit that we could have too, you know. But
That's because you didn't want to.
hey,
Jay, thanks for the chat, man.
thank you so much, bro. It's a pleasure.
Cheers.